It's Madden NFL 24, and we've got the Giants' superstar cornerback. He stayed active a week ago with an 8-tackle performance. It's the Giants and the 49ers on Thursday night primetime.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the New York Giants taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in the...
As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. McCarthy. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard. But more importantly, it leads to 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And leading them out, their signal caller. Now it is 4th season in the NFL.
The secret to his game and his success, incredible chemistry with each and every one of the guys who catches passes with him. And not only does he ask them to stay after practice or meet him before practice, he actually demands it because he knows if they have that kind of chemistry built up, they're going to be hard to beat each and every ball game.
And he'll be out right at the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Armstrong. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
That play was well covered, just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. You look at this Niner defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
And you see the starting unit here, but really, you're going to see a lot of different personnel, a lot of different packages as they rotate in and out throughout the game.
They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains. Looking to throw. McCarthy. A swing pass here to Edwards. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down. It's Edwards again. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Back to throw. McCarthy working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And he stopped immediately there. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Also a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Armstrong. And he will find his man on the outside. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. That play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play for the Giants on 3rd down. 45 yards.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go long and hope someone would come free.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple.
Back to throw. McCarthy. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Seven-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 12-yard line.
Back to throw again. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Niners set to take over on offense.
They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 4.
The throw over the middle, taken in. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Here's Allen. And he gets it down to the 32.
And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shoves him away.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Now a 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw.
Armstrong. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On 3rd down, Armstrong. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. And he will find his man on the outside. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Throwing on 1st down. McCarthy.
That to the sideline, and it's intercepted.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, and now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They work now on 2nd and 9. Back to throw. McCarthy. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Niners ready to go on offense for the final time of this first half. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Throwing to start the drive. Armstrong. Allen's got it over the middle. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Giants are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
So if you like
Brandon,
field goals,
thanks very much.
this is your game.
Welcome in everyone
3
to
field
our
goals
Tiburon
at
Studios
the
here in Orlando.
We'll send you
take a
eastward
minute,
to
look ahead
Orlando.
at what's to
Standing
come
by
this
with that
weekend.
EA Sports
In week
halftime
number
report
3.
now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
In the 1 o'clock games, one that immediately catches the eye is in our nation's capital. A big test for the Washington Commanders as they get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. More good stuff later in the afternoon, one being down in the desert, where it'll be the Cardinals at home in Glendale, taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And finally, on Sunday Night Football, they've got a good one lined up between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Las Vegas Raiders. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
On 1st and 10, Armstrong. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Now an option play, and he'll keep it.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Edwards. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 yards and a Giant 1st down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. From the gun, they go to Edwards. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Well, the gain of 3 on the play, and now that sets up 3rd and 2. Hands it off out of the gun. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter. They start the drive with a give to Allen. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. From the gun on 3rd down, Armstrong. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the 1st down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a carry for Allen. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, they're hoping that the 2nd half is better for him than the 1st half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Looking to throw. Armstrong. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage
back at the 43-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Operating from the gun, Armstrong. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Giants are going to get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun, McCarthy. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Edwards. And he's brought down. 10 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
First down, New York.
Off the play fake, McCarthy. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Got a man here. It's Wilson. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
A kicker fest so far. All points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
The extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
49ers 3.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that point there. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive 1st down plays. To throw on 2nd down, Armstrong, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Armstrong. That is caught. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Now Allen. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And his kick here is good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. The field goal we just saw has this now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? Might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that. And that means opening things up again, being a little more free than what they're trying to get done on offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. From the gun on 3rd down. McCarthy checks this down to Edwards out of the backfield. And he will have a Giants 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Gets past 1 man. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point. An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Now they try the right side here. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that one makes this a 10-point game at 16-6.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
So now the Niners down by 10. A little under 2.5 to go. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Armstrong.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. But down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. Well, it didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Giants are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the 1st down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. So they have now gone for it on 4th 4 times, and they have converted no times.
I know we talk about analytics and how it's entered into the game, and there's a good percentage that says go for it, you actually make a good percentage. In this case, the analytics just went right out the window. 0 for 4. they've got to start looking at things in a different way.
72 yards rushing now for the ball game on 24 carries. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. 2nd and 11. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them in just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and